Hi everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's okay this morning. Today's Sunday, September 4th. Currently it's 74 degrees. High today's 79, a little bit cooler. I guess because it's cloudy. 80% chance of rain. 82% humidity, no wind, and air quality is 60. It's moderate. We mowed yesterday, so we're both feeling a little rough this morning. It was still hot yesterday afternoon. We had to wait until the grass was all the way dry because it just clogs up too easy. And we had a kind of a bad day. It is a bad day because one of my best friends passed away. One of my other friends that I haven't seen in a lot of years, and his girlfriend, I think it is because he got a divorce, found him on his kitchen floor. And he had a dog that was in there. I don't know what went on with the dog. I mean, I think they had to end up taking it to the pound. And another thing is, funny. He had a big turtle. I wonder what they did with that poor old turtle too. But I had just talked to him on the phone. He what they call, butt dialed. He accidentally dialed my number twice in a matter of days. And one time he just said, but like he must have been doing something. He was like, well, I just accidentally did that. How you doing? I gotta go see you. And then the next one we ended up having a conversation, talked for probably, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And I'm kind of glad we got to have that conversation. Of course, you never know. He didn't have any major health problems. He had, just like a lot of people, high blood pressure. I think he had some cholesterol issues and things like that. But he was 65, and a lot of men and women too have these problems, But I do know that we would like to know what happened to him, because he didn't seem like he wasn't depressed or anything. He wasn't, he was in pretty good health. He was going to the senior center and working out twice a week. Not every single week, but pretty much. He had lost weight, so I just don't know. I worry because he was supposed to do some work out in his yard. He had a big bank, kind of like ours back here, but it has trees all over it. And he said he was going to have somebody, pay somebody to do it, because he said he just didn't think he could do it. I'm just wondering if he got out there in this heat and had some kind of heat stroke or dehydration. You hear about it every day. People dehydration. Doing that, but really don't know yet. But I'm very upset, of course. I knew him. Probably met him about the same time I did Joy, or a little bit before, maybe even. So I've known him for over 45 years, probably 46 or 47. I had known him. So very, very upsetting. And I'm sure my other friend, I never have, the one that found him, I went to high school with, and he was a teacher. He's retired now, and he was one of Logan's teachers in high school. So he's the one that found him. I guess they checked on him, probably tried to call him or something, and couldn't get a hold of him for days. They said he'd been there for like 5 days. So y'all remember, he doesn't have much family. Just remember family and friends. He didn't have much family. It's hard to say in past tense, you're just not used to it. Didn't have much family, but he has friends. So remember family and friends in prayers, please. I'll mention this on devotions tonight. Anyway, today there'll be a Let's Look Around. I wrote this when I was half asleep. Let's look around the dentist office's property today. Will come out. While Joy was in the dentist's office, I made a short on a train that was back there, that was behind the building and what was across the road too. But then I decided to, well, let's just check this place out. It had a nice little area back there. Had a ton of raspberry bushes. I guess I call them bushes. I guess I don't know, vines. I guess, and it looked like nobody had picked any of them. They were dried on the vine, like raisins. Tons of them though. So check that out. It's very interesting. It's close to downtown. It's a little area on the beside of downtown and near the university. So I was showing some of the businesses around that area too. Last night for dinner, like I said, we had a bad day, and we just didn't feel like cooking anything really. I put a little extra cheese on that Kroger self-rising pizza, and try not to sneeze. And we just enjoyed through a salad together real quick. So we just had that. I know we had pizza about 3 or 4 days ago, but neither one of us, felt like cooking. And it would have taken a little bit to do all that sausage bake. Is what I was going to make, smoked sausage bake. So we just had that. Why is that doing that? Quick and easy. But then tonight we'll have the smoked sausage bake because we got these veggies for it and stuff. And we might have some cornbread with it and rice. Like that rice that we got from Grocery Outlet. Okay, let's find out what's going on in today's tidbits. All right, drought in Missouri River exposes a 100-year-old steamboat. Prolonged drought caused the Missouri River to expose the North Alabama steamboat that capsized near Goat Island in 1870 this summer. According to the Missouri River National Park, the riverboat was carrying goods worth $12,000 from Iowa to Montana when it sank. The boat first came back in 1904 and has shown up during dry spells and low water. Northern lights to shine across U.S. through Labor Day. The northern lights will continue to light up the skies across the U.S. through Labor Day. I hadn't seen any. The aurora will be visible overhead from Helena, Montana to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and into Wisconsin and Michigan, depending on the local weather. Well, that isn't exactly just the U.S. That's part of it. Although the light display will be seen as far south as Boise, Idaho, Salem, Oregon, and Cheyenne, Wyoming. So we don't get it over here. We're in Tennessee. Death Valley, California sets new world heat record with 127 degrees. Oh, goodness. The Furnace Creek in Death Valley National Park, California hit 127 on Thursday, setting a world record for the hottest temperature ever recorded in September. The heat record came less than a month after severe flooding trapped thousands in the park. The extreme heat is not expected to surpass the world record of 134 degrees set on July 10, 1913. And this poor old rocket, they're having trouble with it again. A leak ruins NASA moon rocket launch for second time. The NASA's new moon rocket, Artemis 1, sprung another dangerous fuel leak Saturday, forcing launch controllers to call off their second attempt this week. The previous try on Monday was also troubled by hydrogen leaks. With a 2-week launch blackout period looming in a few days, the rocket is now grounded until late September or October. And that's all for that one. Let's find nice news. Where are you? There it is. I got a million emails this morning. Okay, today is Sunday, so they talk about They got Mindful Morning by Nice News, it says. They have it. They really just kind of tell what the theme of the next week is about and stuff like that on Sunday. They don't have as many of the. It's not quite the same. It's a little different, but it's still good. It says, "Good morning, fellow optimists. You may have noticed that today's Sunday edition of Nice News got a bit of a makeover. Without further ado, we'd like to officially welcome you to Mindful Morning. We'll be bringing you much of the same curated content, inspiring stories, and more, but with the goal of helping you live consciously and purposefully. By setting your intention each week, you've already been practicing mindfulness, and we want to encourage you to continue your journey. Mindfulness means staying present at each moment and viewing your experiences through a gentle lens of non-judgment." Okay, just let's see if I can find something in here. This is things to read, things we love, custom prints, Greater Good Toolkit by Papaya Reusable Paper Towels. Wow, that's that right there. While undeniably convenient, paper towels contribute to deforestation and pollution. Cut down on your use with Papaya's adorable and eco-friendly solution. Just one of these zero-waste reusable sheets replaces 17 rolls. They're antibacterial, meaning no mildew smell, and compostable, so when you're ready to part with them, you can say goodbye without the guilt. That's like a... Okay. Video of the week. I'll just show it to you. Chocolate addicts, this one's for you. Swiss French pastry chef Amaury Guichon documented the process of creating an 8-foot tall, 100% chocolate giraffe, his biggest creation yet. In a YouTube video that's racked up more than 110 million views, watch the culinary artist work from start to finish, pouring liquid chocolate into molds, sculpting it, and finally spray painting using all chocolate on the giraffe's coat pattern. Just talks more. Here's an inspiring story. It was 10 a.m. on beautiful October day, there's no picture, in San Francisco. I had volunteered to give blood for my daughter's school. After my appointment and resting period, I proceeded to walk to my car, which was parked 2 steep hills away in a quiet neighborhood. I mastered the first hill and was so lightheaded on the second that I was queasy and had to sit down on the sidewalk. A young gentleman walked up to me and asked if I needed help. I said that I was okay and needed to sit for a bit. I rested for 30 minutes, and when I managed to make it up the second hill, I realized that this young gentleman had planted himself at the park across the street. He was making sure that I could make it to the car. He waited 30 minutes. There are wonderful people in this world, and I choose to believe in the good of humankind. And this says it's a challenge. Let go of judgment. As we go through life, we instinctively assign meaning to certain situations based on past experiences and future expectations. If it rains when you want to swim, for example, you may judge a situation as negative, causing you to feel bad. Letting go of judgment is a mindful way of approaching life by simply observing events as they occur and releasing your attachment to specific outcomes. This week, your challenge is to allow each day to be a blank canvas rather than a paint-by-numbers pattern, and see what surprises unfold. And here's a quote by Robert Frost: "Freedom lies in being bold." And that's pretty much it. Sunday, like I said, it's kind of just showing the theme, I guess, of the next week's nice news. So I hope you enjoyed it anyway. It's just a little bit different, but they got some neat things in there still. I could dig around, but it would probably take a while to find different things to do. But anyway, that's going to be it today. Hope you enjoyed today's tidbits and nice news. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. All right, everybody. It's going to rain, I believe. Right now it looks overcast. It doesn't look like really, bad rain clouds or anything out there. I'll have to look at the radar and see what it's looking like, and I'll look at the time. They tell like I don't know if it's like an hour by hour thing when it's supposed to rain. It does tell this certain time it's supposed to start. Many things. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to do much today. We're really tired. We did, I did a few extra things out in the yard, mowing, did things a little differently. I'm kind of glad we waited till later in the day, because Joy doesn't like it later in the day, but if you do it any earlier, you're going to have trouble. It clumps up when it's real wet, and it's so thick it's hard for it to dry. But we found out that when it's later in the day, there's shade back there on the back part where all the trees are, and there's hills and things going down towards the neighbor's yards back there. All that was in the shade. So that's at the end. Your phone. Oh, it's on TV or something. That was towards the end of mowing, so we were kind of hot, sweating and tired. So it was nice to be in the shade at the end of the, and then there was some shade back here. By about 6 o'clock or thereabouts, there'll be mostly shade back here. So I try to work in it by 7 for sure. It starts around 6, moving across the backyard, the shade. And then, so I try to do a lot of things in the garden about 7 at night. I really need to get these beans out of here. I got the last beans I showed y'all. I need to get the beans out of there, because there's not what's left on it. There's bugs and stuff eating the leaves. I just need to pull them up. And I'm going to wear gloves. I know in the video, in the gardening video, the garden update video, if you remember, I was pulling stuff up around that rock out there, showing those, it was the morning glories were growing over the other flowers, and I was pulling them around. I think that's where I got the poison ivy, which there's more of it. I don't know if you can see the calamine now. It's kind of wore off overnight. But there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 places at least. It's, in other words, it spread. It spread on my arm. So I hope it doesn't spread anymore. So anyway, I guess that's it for this morning, everybody. I'm just a little bummed out about my good friend. I'd like to know what the heck happened. It's just very shocking to me. Like I said, I just talked to him about a week ago. So, and it was probably a couple days later this happened, after I talked to him. So you never know what life's going to throw at you, everybody. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great day, and watch, let's look around the dentist office property. Watch that later on today, and the train's on it too, but I did the short when the train first came through, but I'm still doing the video while the train's going by, so you can see it on that too. So thanks for watching, everybody, and God bless.